Hey friends, do you feel like nothing excites you anymore? Like you are constantly scrolling but never satisfied? By the end of this conversation, you will understand why your brain craves more but feels less, and what you can do about it today. Because if you miss this, you will stay trapped in that loop forever. Hi, Surin. Welcome to today's session. Surin has recently gone through something many of us are experiencing right now. So, Surin, what made you pick up this topic?
Honestly, Sia, I was not planning to read about dopamine. I stumbled upon it when I was feeling empty. Like, genuinely empty despite being busy all the time. You know that feeling when you are entertained but not happy?
Oh, I know that feeling so well. You're watching videos, scrolling through posts, but inside you feel hollow. So, what did you discover?
The problem is not that we're lazy or broken. The problem is our brain is drowning in dopamine. We are feeding it so much stimulation that normal life feels boring now. Like eating candy all day and then wondering why an apple tastes bland.
Wait, so you're saying we are overstimulating ourselves?
Exactly. Our brain was designed for small rewards. A good meal, a conversation, finishing a task. But now we're hitting it with notifications, reels, games, junk food all day long. The brain thinks this is the new normal. So when you put the phone down, it panics. It says, something is missing. Go find more stimulation.
That is so relatable. I cannot sit still for 5 minutes without reaching for my phone. Is that what the dopamine system does to us?
Yes, Sia. Think about it like this. Imagine you water a plant a little every day. It grows healthy. But if you dump 4 buckets of water in one day, the plant rots. Same with dopamine. A little bit keeps you motivated and happy. Too much and your brain cannot handle it anymore.
So what happens when the brain cannot handle it?
It resets its baseline. Your brain says, okay, if this much dopamine is normal, then anything less feels bad. That is why you feel restless when you're not doing anything exciting. That is why focusing on one task feels impossible. Your brain is literally chasing the high.
This is making so much sense now. But Surin, is this fixable or are we just stuck like this?
It's totally fixable. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You have to let yourself feel bored.
Bored? Seriously? That sounds terrible.
I know it sounds bad, but boredom is actually the doorway to creativity and focus. When you fill every empty second with your phone, your brain never gets time to think or reflect or rest. All your real productivity, your real peace, your real happiness comes after boredom.
Okay, but how do you even start? Like, I know I should put my phone down, but I always pick it back up.
That is where dopamine detox comes in. It's not about quitting everything forever. It's about giving your brain a break so it can reset, like rebooting a computer that's running too many programs.
A detox for the brain. How does that even work?
There are different levels. You can start with just one day. One day where you avoid high stimulation activities. No social media, no binge watching, no junk food, no constant notifications. Just simple activities like walking, sitting outside, talking to someone, or doing nothing.
And that actually works?
It does. The first few hours are hard because your brain is used to constant hits of dopamine. You'll feel the craving. But if you push through, something shifts. By the end of the day, your mind feels lighter, like someone cleaned the fog from your head.
What if one day is not enough?
Then you try 3 days or even 7 days. A longer detox gives your brain more time to adjust. After 3 days, you notice your focus getting sharper. After 7 days, you start feeling like yourself again. The version of you that could enjoy simple things. The version that didn't need constant entertainment.
That sounds powerful. But Surin, what happens after the detox ends? Do you just go back to the same habits?
That's the tricky part, Sia. Detox is just the reset button. The real work is building small daily habits that keep your brain balanced.
Like what kind of habits?
Simple things that people ignore because they seem too small. Sleeping at the same time every night, going for a 10-minute walk in the morning, taking mindful breaks during work instead of scrolling, eating real food instead of junk, sitting in sunlight for a few minutes.
These sound almost too simple to make a difference.
That's what I thought too. But these small habits compound. Your brain loves consistency, not dramatic changes. Big changes scare the brain, but small nudges strengthen it.
So it's not about willpower, it's about wiring?
Exactly. When you give your brain what it actually needs, sleep, movement, real food, moments of calm, it starts working with you instead of against you. Your focus comes back naturally. Your energy stabilizes. You stop feeling tired all the time.
I need to ask you something. A lot of people feel like they don't have time for all this. Life is already so busy with work, deadlines, responsibilities. How do you fit this in?
I used to think the same way. But here's what I realized. We always have time for scrolling. We always have time for one more video. So clearly, the issue isn't time, it's priority. These habits don't need hours. A 5-minute breathing break, a 10-minute walk, 20 minutes of good sleep routine, that's it. And the crazy part is once you start doing them, you actually get more time back because your brain works better.
So it's an investment, not a loss.
Exactly. You spend a little time taking care of your brain and it gives you back focus, clarity, and energy for everything else.
Okay, but what about stress? Like when life gets really intense, exams, projects, family stuff, doesn't everything just fall apart again?
That's the real test. And honestly, that's when these habits matter the most. When stress hits, most people go back to old patterns. Endless scrolling, late nights, junk food, because it feels like relief. But it's not relief, it's escape. And escape makes everything worse.
So what do you do instead?
You stick to your small habits even more. 45 minutes of focused work, then a 5-minute mindful break. No multitasking, no phone during work. One thing at a time. When you do this, stress becomes manageable instead of overwhelming.
That makes sense, but it must be hard to remember all this in the moment.
It is. That's why you need to understand one thing clearly. Your restlessness is not you, it's your dopamine system. Once you know that, you stop blaming yourself and start fixing the system.
I love that perspective. So the brain is not the enemy, it just needs better care.
Yes, uncontrolled dopamine drags you down into distraction, anxiety, and burnout. But regulated dopamine lifts you up into focus, clarity, and real happiness.
This is honestly life-changing. But Surin, I'm curious. After everything you learned, what was the biggest shift for you personally?
The biggest shift was realizing that I don't need to be entertained all the time to be happy. Happiness is not loud, it's not flashy. Real happiness is quiet. It's sitting outside and feeling the breeze. It's having a real conversation without checking your phone. It's finishing a task and feeling satisfied. Those moments were always there, but I was too overstimulated to notice them.
That's beautiful. And honestly, I think a lot of people have forgotten what that feels like.
They have. And the saddest part is they think something is wrong with them. They think they're broken or unmotivated or lazy, but they're not. Their dopamine system is just out of balance. And once you fix that, everything changes.
So if someone is listening to this right now and feeling stuck, what's the first thing they should do?
Start with one day. Just one day of low stimulation. No social media, no binge watching, no junk food. Spend time doing simple things. Walk, sit quietly, talk to someone, cook, clean, read. Notice how hard it feels at first. Notice the craving, but also notice how your mind starts clearing up by the end of the day.
And after that one day?
If it helps, do it again. Maybe try 3 days next time, then 7. Then start adding small daily habits. Sleep routine, morning sunlight, mindful breaks, single tasking. Don't try to change everything at once. Just keep adding one small thing at a time.
I feel like this is something everyone needs to hear because we're all living in this overstimulated world and nobody is talking about how to fix it.
That's why this topic is so important. We think the problem is out there, in the world, in our circumstances. But the real problem is in here, in how our brain is processing everything. And the good news is, we can fix it.
Before we end, I want to ask you one last thing. How would you summarize this entire idea in one feeling?
Peace is not the absence of things to do. Peace is the absence of noise in your head. And dopamine balance gives you that peace. Once you have it, everything else becomes easier. Work becomes easier, relationships become richer, happiness becomes real. Not the fake high from a video, but the deep satisfaction from living your life fully.
That's perfect. Friends, this was today's conversation. Please let us know in the comments how this resonated with you. And thank you so much for listening till the end. Take care of your brain and it will take care of you.